Hey, welcome back. Here we are at the final intro video, number 5, Psychic Enhancement. So as I've already said, many of you will find this video to be a little out there, but I promise you, it covers some material that you're sure to find invaluable. I'll explain this field in more depth in future blogs and videos, so just consider this a quick taste of what's to come. So personally, I consider this to be the most fun aspect of Aether, and it's what most would consider to be somewhat supernatural or magical, which I'm sorry to break it to you, is in actuality the basic state of the world and how it works and operates. Spooky action at a distance is what Einstein termed his first glimpse into this universal property. And the full meaning of that phrase is something that we encounter almost every day. For example, you ever feel someone's eyes on you and you turn to look and against all odds, you were right? Or you ever get a phone call and see the face of your friend pop into your head, only to find out that it was that exact friend calling you. Or even before the call starts, I mean, it varies. This is our basic psychic skill set at work. Most will never do anything to soup this up, this skill set. So they'll notice these events happen rarely or inconsistently. This is where Aether comes in. Being a subtle energy tool and being so intimately responsive to human intention, it's a perfect accessory for one to use for the development of intent. And of course, the confidence one needs to send it past the skull. Because if there's anything that I wish to impart upon you guys, it's that our will does far more than bounce around a couple of neurons in our heads. It has a distinct and palpable impact on reality, and its range is 100% limitless. So everything in the universe that is, it's all connected together through a hyperdimensional I suppose, entanglement, etc. It's all connected. And human intent can be seen as the infinite wormhole, if I were to give it a name. It can reach and affect any point in our reality, as long as you can identify the frequency to jump to. See, I told you this video is a little out there. So there's not much use in me prattling on about the inner mechanics of psychic functioning, or at least how I've come to understand it. So I am thirsty. It is hot in here, guys. You can't tell, but it's scorching. Anyways, at least not this early on. You guys want to see all that. So let's skip to the exercises. All right, so the first thing you'll want to be able to do is to fully understand and read the entire wavelength, you could say, of your etheric device. And what do I mean by that? Well, like this one. When you first hold it, you'll feel something that feels a little like a heartbeat. It's got a tempo to it. And it doesn't stop there. Oh no. It goes on to include many smaller tempos, different notes in the song, so to speak, which can end up feeling quite complex. when it's all put together. And of course, the longer that you hold on to the item, you can feel it now spreading. Of course, the further the sensation will spread, and you'll even feel, you'll feel even more detail. So just hold on to it. It's all it takes. And it doesn't take too much work either. Just a relaxed body, a slow and consistent breath, and some quiet time to yourself. And after a few days, you'll definitely pick up on more elements than you did at first. Stick that. So this is the very first Aetherics technique, which I've termed conduct. So that's what I've named it. And I'll speak more on what Aetherics is at the end of this video. For now, I'll share one more exercise that will really jumpstart your progress. And that involves feeling the energy of an ether device without touching it. So this isn't all that hard, to be honest. Ether devices are always outputting energy in all directions. Well, this one more so. So just imagine that they give off a sort of heat that isn't actually hot. It's a strange notion, I know, but when you feel it, you'll agree. So some geometries, and that's where this guy comes in, some geometries send more energy to a certain tip or point. So these include pyramids, cones, and gems, like this guy. Can you see that okay? Otherwise, you can get a directional ray, which fires energy almost like a laser in a straight line. So with these rays, it's in the tapered end. It goes straight out. These have a basic starting range of about 60 feet if unaltered or untaped. So this energy tends to spread out once it leaves the end in a conical fashion. And the further out it goes, the more spread out it becomes. And that'll be hard for you to pinpoint and accurately feel for this exercise. So if you're just using a ray for this practice, try to keep it within a foot of the end or less. That would be best for quick growth and progress. So now to begin, just place it on a flat surface and hover your hand over it. Okay? And do your best to ensure that your body position is comfortable, which mine is quickly not becoming and not hunched over. So realize there is a dense energy field around these items. And if you can increase the sensitivity of your hand, you'll be able to feel it. I'll use this guy because it's less likely to fall over. Okay, so this is where visualization can help. So instead of seeing your hand as a solid limb, which is struggling to feel something that's essentially invisible and formless, instead, see your hand as a hollow sponge. So there's no solidity at all. So air is free to just breeze right through it. Now, place this hand above the ether and imagine its energy kind of wafting through, up and inside this hand, as if it were some kind of smoke. Yeah. This way, you're feeling the energy with the entirety of your hand, which is best, rather than straining to feel it only with your skin, as we're used to with other solid items. From what I've noticed, energy seems to be felt more in the bones and muscles, more so than the skin. Okay, so this skill does take some practice. This is not super simple. So make sure that you do it as often as you can. The more that you train, the better you'll be at being able to discern other energies too. So not just ether. So like the energy of other people or even other places. And once you can do that, a whole slew of other abilities and talents can become developed and possible for you to achieve and master. Oh, okay. With that, the introductory course in Ether usage comes to a close. Thank God. Okay, so after I gauge your feedback and see what people are most interested in learning more about, I will release more and more advanced content to help you. Whew. All right, so practice hard, and I'll see you guys soon. Hope this was enjoyable enough. Until then, I recommend checking out the Aetheric saga, which I mentioned Aetheric a little bit earlier. So the saga is a story I'm putting together on my blog that teaches the reader all sorts of Aetheric techniques and tips and tools and practices, all of which I've termed the study of Aetherics, kind of like arithmetic and calisthenics, Aetherics, right? From the research I've done, it seems that we humans learn and memorize best when information is presented in the form of a story. So check it out. Things that maybe didn't make sense in these videos, in this video especially, they might just click after only a few chapters of reading. I try to make it fun and enjoyable, so hopefully you think that is the case. And again, I hope you enjoyed this mini-series. Everyone have a good night, and I will see you next time. Bye.